Good afternoon, everyone. Kalla here. Welcome to my live stream. Glad you could make it today. So today we are playing more of The Real Face of a Vtuber. Last time we accused and successfully identified the real face of Kurapa. Unfortunately, when it came to actually picking her up and arresting her, she turned up dead. Which means that we didn't find the real killer. So we get to go back in time. And now we're back to our initial time in court, and instead of accusing Sophie like last time, we're accusing Amanda. And that's about where we left off. Sorry, just a second. The game's a bit loud for me, so I need to turn the volume down, and I don't remember where I put the TV remote. Why can't I see it? There it is. Alright. Hello, Drag. How you doing? Alright. Oh yes, this is about the April 1st stuff. Not melting? I am slightly melting. Despite having already engaged what I call heatwave protocol, which is called close all the curtains and don't open them when it's daylight. It's still significantly warm in here. And I couldn't find my fan. But I'll deal. What I do have is an ice pack. Which is for my hip and not for cooling me down, but we can use it both ways. Great. What am I doing? I wanted the stream to be more lively that night, so I drank a little. And then I said those game weapons looked like certain foods to make my fans excited. And then I blacked out and forgot everything that happened, which is why I told Sophie I missed it the next day. Yeah, do you frequently drink before you stream? Does drinking before streams happen often? You have to be really energetic during a stream, so sometimes we do certain things to get myself in the mood beforehand. Some streamers sing, some do exercises, but I tend to just have a couple of drinks. Do you need to do this? I wouldn't say I need to, but everyone's here to watch and they want me to be hyped up, you know? So I have to do something to get in the mood. Sounds tough. Yeah, sounds like a terrible decision, really. Yeah, but it's my job. I only do it so I can give them the best possible stream. Got it. Thank you. Sometimes I drink a little alcohol before streams so I can loosen up a little. I don't think... Wait a second. I was going to say I don't think we have any evidence about that. What's in her medical records? Hey Amanda, are you allowed to be drinking alcohol on that medication? That's probably the only thing I can throw at this. Unless... Actually, is there something in the marshmallows? sleeping pills, among other things, indeed. Painkillers, I assume. I'm gonna try, and then if this doesn't work, then we probably don't have anything for it. No? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was a stretch. I mean, after all, I mean, I guess we did already figure out that she didn't read the information on her pills anyway. So I guess she wouldn't have known if whether she was allowed to drink on them or not. Okay, let's press on the complaints from Sophie. Do you remember what Sophie Lior complained to you about? Sophie said she had a big argument with the sponsor because of what Kurba said on stream. What did you say? I said, I'm sorry I missed it. Let me get this straight then. You claim to be Kurba's real face, and Ms. Lior was complaining about something you said on stream, then you said, I'm sorry I missed it. Because I blacked out from drinking. I forgot. Do you really think that makes any sense? Malicious intent. Objection sustained. Please consider your form of questioning, Mr. Truth. That's fine. I already got the info I wanted. I told Sophie I missed it because I was drunk that day and I couldn't really remember what happened. I mean, she did say... She said that Sophie complained to her about getting complaints from the sponsor. But this was something about, like, receiving the wrong... Wasn't it something about receiving the wrong script from the... Yeah. No? Okay. Alright, let's press on making the audience happy. Can you explain why sexual metaphors made the audience feel amused? Is something wrong? Because fans usually think of their idol as really innocent. Karen doesn't ever say adult things, so if she does, then... Irrelevant. Objection. I'm trying to clarify the defendant's motive and how it connects to this case. Okay. While I understand your motivation here, I agree with the defense that the witness has already made her position quite clear. The witness does not need to answer any further questions. What's up? Not happy? No. Everything's fine. Whatever you say. I don't think we have anything to throw at this one, right? I mean, we do have evidence of the fact that that her viewers would quite like to talk about boobs. Assuming she did stream while drunk, you're curious how the stream stops. Yeah, I assume she ended the stream and then passed out and then forgot everything that she'd done the previous day. have anything for that. And I don't think pressing on the metaphors about the weapons is really going to help us. But we might as well. So, comparing the weapon to a sausage or banana was because you were drunk? Oh, no wait, we can throw the thing about the wrong script. This one, potentially. Yeah? I guess I drank too much this time. I got a little silly. That's why I said that stuff about the weapons. I'm sorry to our sponsor. So, you're sorry to the sponsor because you got drunk and called their game's weapons sausages and bananas. Am I getting that right? Yeah. Okay, got it. Yep, this was in fact actually the one we had stuff for, huh? Also, Drag, I missed the question you had earlier about whether I use headphones. I do use headphones. They're plugged directly into the TV. So the TV's volume is what's affecting what's coming out of here. Is there a game where the weapons are literally sausages and bananas? I feel like there is, right? I feel like I've seen one. Okay, we do have evidence for this. We can just throw this at it. And these are the records of Sophia Lure and the sponsor's conversation on April 1st. Could I ask the witness to please read aloud the first line? It's a statement from the sponsor de Ms. Lure. This is hard for us to say, but we've accidentally mixed up Kuripa's stream guidelines with those meant for an adult game VTuber? So the reasons for Kuripa's sexual innuendos was a mix-up from the sponsor. If you were Kuripa's actual real face, you would know this. And so, from this exchange with Ms. Lure and the sponsor, we know that drinking and exciting the fans are plain lies. From that, I think it should be abundantly clear that the defendant is not Kuripa's real face. As such, the defense's claim that Miss Childs was streaming that night does not hold water and cannot be used as an alibi. That'll be all, Your Honor. Very well. It seems we're one step closer to the truth. Now then, who is the next witness? Yes, now my next witness is the last one. We will continue looking into the defendant's motive. I understand. Please call your witness to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Prudence Weeks. I'm in charge of merch production at Lillian Entertainment. Do you recognize this image, Ms. Weeks? Proof is Amanda Childs broke company rules regarding adult character content and the Lillian is currently handling it. Yes, it's an adult doujinshi I found being sold on my manga. Does Lillian permit the sale of adult Kuripa merchandise? No! Adult Kuripa content isn't allowed, since she looks like a minor. What did you do once you found this manga? I reported it to my boss, Mr. C. Do you remember when you reported it? On March 22nd. I don't remember the exact time. How did Mr. C react when you told him? He said he just wanted to talk to Amanda. Aren't we leaving something out here? Why did Mr. C want to talk to Amanda in the first place? Because Amanda was the one selling the adult content. Objection. Personal conjecture. Objection. We have evidence for this. Please continue, Ms. Weeks. I'll side with the prosecution. Witness may continue. How did you prove it was her? Usually, fan-made stuff gets a lot of details wrong. But the two got everything right, including company secrets, like the color of Kuripa's underwear. No one would actually know this except for Kuripa's mommy, Amanda. That's why he thought it was her. As stated by the witness, the defendant broke the company rule against selling adult Kuripa content. The victim wanted to talk to the defendant about it, which soon led to his murder. Is this timing all a coincidence, or does it point towards the defendant's motive and guilt? That'll be all, Your Honor. Was this the prosecution's final witness? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. I understand the prosecution's claim, but this evidence has got to sway the judge a little bit. Forget it. Let's keep going. Would the defense like to skip a cross-examination? No. As a matter of fact, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Oh? Very well. The defense may begin their cross-examination. Thank you, Your Honor. You mentioned information only Kuripa's mother would know, but then you also know about it. Seeing that you're in charge of Kuripa merch, could you not have also created this adult content? Oh, I was supposed to object to that, was I? I was considering. Hypothetical. Objection sustained. The witness need not answer. Sorry. Please explain how you know about the nuances of Kuripa's design. Well, I designed the merch, so I have to know about that stuff. Actually, everyone in the company has access to Kuripa's design layouts, so it's just Kuripa's mommy would be the most familiar with them. Also, I'm not as good enough of an artist as Amanda. Kuripa's original main color scheme is green. If I were to guess, I'd guess her underwear are neon green. I think it's a bit of a stretch to say only a company employee would be able to come up with that information. Oh, no, I was supposed to object to that, was I? I'm not as good on the hypotheticals, I'm not good at the objections anyway. Apart from the colour of Kuripa's panties, is there anything else that points to a Lillian employee creating that adult comic? Well, in the manga, when Kuripa takes off her jacket, there's a detail on the back of her shirt. That's never been released to the public. Let me go back a million steps here. Let's say an employee really did draw it. You chose to go straight to your boss before checking with them? I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do? Didn't you think that would completely betray all of their trust in you? I want to object to that one. Objection. Hypothetical. Could you please explain why you went directly to Mr. C with your concerns? I mean, it's probably part of the employee manual, lady. looking out for illegal adult merchants is part of my job, so I don't like talking to people. So I just went to Mr. C. Can you please speak normally? Oh. Objection. That was just an objection just to object. There's one thing I want to ask. Can you explain how reporting an employee's breach of the rules has anything to do with said employee having a motive for murder? Oh, that's not what I just meant Amanda might have been selling, didn't she? Might have been? So you're still not 100% sure, is that right? Objection! Malicious intent? I'm done with my questions. The witness can't confirm that Amanda Childs was the one who broke company protocol, and her reason for reporting directly to her boss is hazy. Hazy? I'm pretty sure that's what you're supposed to do, Zoe! I mean, it's not... I was gonna say it's not like they have HR, but maybe they do. Is Misty technically HR? Do we actually have their jobs on here? I don't think we do. But for a company that small, you probably would go directly to your boss, right? The witness also can't provide a clear motive for why Amanda Childs would murder her boss. Reporting this tenuous connection is a failing of the prosecution. That'll be all, Your Honor. I mean, I guess, because Misty pays everyone. I guess that just makes her admin, right? Difference from before, right? I feel like she was able to tap right into Prudence Week's insecurities and jump on the attack. And the judge realized we don't have enough evidence too. This isn't good. No, it's not. It hurts our believability going forward. Are you an idiot? She's the opposition's witness. Eh? But you don't need to be so mean. Prudence is cute. This isn't my first rodeo, alright? If everyone would just be honest with me, defending my clients would be very easy. But everyone loves hiding important information, so I developed my own ways of doing things. Or are you saying there's nothing you've hidden from me? This is why I hate public defense. Is there a problem between the defense and her defendant? No, it's been sorted. Before the last witness comes to the stand, I'd like to give a basic response to the prosecution's claim. Oh? Very well. The prosecution does have credible evidence to doubt Miss Child's claim of being Kurappa's real face. The defense admits that Amanda Childs is not Kurappa's real face and as such withdraws the claim. What? Do you have something to say? Does that mean you're withdrawing the defendant's original alibi? Yes, but this does not mean my client is a killer and we still uphold a position of innocence. It seems the defense still has more claims to make. Yes, and to those ends I would like to bring my last witness to the stand. Very well. What the heck are you helping the defense for? Because Zoe said she'd go on a date with me. What the... Could you please have some integrity? The defense has the floor. May the prosecution please be quiet. Sorry. Get you for this, Hoss. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Zelda Hoss, detective from the 4th Criminal Investigation Division. According to the police's investigation, the victim arrived at the office at 7 p.m. on the night of April 20th. The current estimated time of death is between 9:50 and 11:30 p.m., right? Right. Has the police investigated why the victim was hanging around the office outside of normal office hours? We originally thought the victim had a habit of staying late at the office, but this morning came into some new information. Please look at this. This is the Kurapa asking Mr. C to stay late that we've seen before. The police checked Kurapa's messaging apps, and she had a lot of deleted messages, including those with the victim. The screenshots of the messages just shown was taken from a social media platform this morning. We asked one of our IT guys to check its authenticity, and he confirmed the screenshot wasn't doctored. We think it shows some of Kurapa's messages before they were deleted. You said it was found on social media. How did you find it? We scrub the internet for specific keywords every day, especially regarding Kurapa's case given how big it's become. This specific screenshot was posted by someone who goes by the name Operator A, and it then spread around the net like wildfire. Have you looked into this, Operator A? Of course! We weren't able to uncover their identity though. Seems they use a lot of anti-tracking software. That said, we did find another piece of information online. Take a look. This is the argument between Kurapa and Mr. C on the 14th. According to these conversation records, on April 14th, Mr. C and Kurapa got into a heated argument, with Kurapa even mentioning the idea of leaving the company. And have the authorities investigated the possibility of Kurapa being the culprit? We haven't. We figure Kurapa is a virtual phenomenon, more of a concept than anything, and not the focus of this case. And as for my last question, have you looked into who Kurapa's real face is? Unfortunately, while we have looked into it, we still don't have a clue who it is. Thank you. The victim had an appointment with Kurapa, which is why he stayed late in the office that night. This is new important information we know for sure. Did Kurapa's real face enter the office? Did she see Mr. C get murdered? Does that argument have anything to do with this case? The defense argues that the prosecution must immediately change the direction of their investigation and look into the possibility of Kurapa's real face being involved in this crime. Now I see why she let the defendant testify. She never believed Childs was Kurapa's real face. She let her make that abundantly clear so we'd be pushed into finding the real face ourselves. We've fallen right into her trap. So done. She's a crafty one. Now what? She totally messed up our claim. Wait a second! Are you saying you think Kurapa's the killer? That is a high possibility. Now please calm down. No, please change your strategy. Please relax, Miss Childs. I'm not saying Kurapa is guilty, but judging from the current information we have... Please change your strategy! Would you please shut up? Who do you think I'm trying to defend here? This is a courtroom, not a playground. Keep quiet and stop interrupting. Fine, I'm an idiot, okay? You don't understand the law. And I'm a liar. I'm not Kurupa's real face. But I have people I'm trying to protect, okay? So if you need to go in this direction, then at least know how I can make your life harder. Because Mr. C's real killer is... Shut up! Guards, break this up. I'm a detective. Can I do it? Yes, just someone stop this. Got it. Don't worry, pretty girl. I'm going to save you. Who's this nut job? Okay, I think everyone needs to calm down a bit, so I'm calling a 10-minute break. Hey, where are you touching? Was Amanda Childs about to say she's the killer? I think so. If she did that, though, it would make things very difficult for us. She just said there are people she needs to protect? Was she referring to Kurupa? Probably. So much that she'd turn herself in as the murderer? Why would she do that? Maybe she's just too naive. Yikes. Who knows what'll happen from here on out? Court is about to begin. I guess we're about to find out. But before we get started, let me ask Ms. Dunn, are you okay? I'm fine, thank you, Your Honor. That crazy detective has already been taken away. I shouldn't have asked her to intervene. My apologies. It's okay, it's her own fault. Well then, will the defense please state their claim? Yes, regarding the defense's final witness, we're rescinding her testimony. Rescinding her testimony? That does not comply with our procedures. I know, but there were some circumstances I couldn't control. I know her testimony has already been logged, but we will be going forward as if it never happened. I'm sure the prosecution realizes this helps their case, so I'm sure they won't object. And what is the prosecution's response? If this is what the defense wants, we're not against it. We also waive our right to a cross-examination of Ms. Haas. Okay, well, if the prosecution agrees, then let's move on to the next witness. We do not have any more witnesses, Your Honor. Then both sides may give their closing remarks. Let's count up how many lies the defendant told. She lied about not having sleeping pills, about being in her room, and about being Kurupa's real face, of course. And what was she hiding with all those lies? And why was Mr. C holding Amanda Child's nameplate in his hand when he died? What was he trying to tell us? Violating company regulations and being caught by her boss gave the defendant motive for murder, making her very suspicious. None of the prosecution's evidence was direct evidence, meaning it wasn't enough to prove my client killed Mr. C. He couldn't even produce a murder weapon. And while I admit that my client was lying about being Kurupa's real face, the prosecution's evidence does not prove Miss Childs went to the scene of the crime that night. I'm also against the prosecution's claim that Miss Childs being caught for selling unsanctioned adult comics would be motivation for murder. It is my understanding that Miss Childs and Mr. C were able to work this out. I think there are suspects in this case more worthy of investigation than my client, and it would be smart for the prosecution to change their focus towards these actors immediately. Yeah, there are several that are more suspicious, but we tried that already, so... Very well. This court has determined that there are too many unresolved factors in this case. The prosecution should conduct a new investigation and collect hard evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. As such, this case will be retried at a later date. Court adjourned. Ah, now we're back here, huh? I'm going to... Nope. Save. It's that one. Save. Right, so... Chapter 3 by accusing Amanda. Let's go into Chapter 4. What can we send Hoss to do? Nothing right now. I'm going to assume there's probably different stuff on the internet if it's a different person that we took to court, right? Wait, we're still getting the stuff about the parable. That's interesting, because that hasn't actually happened yet. Does Operator A have anything different here? Nope, that's just the argument with Sophie again. And these two are the ones we already saw. Alright. Let's grab people and bring them in for questioning. Okay, yeah. Oh no, wait. Online information. Okay, so there's clearly something else. We don't have it. I don't know why I'm bringing them all in when I can just look at my leads. There's nothing in there. We do have new alibi stuff. Oh no, these are just... those. We have access to exactly the same things there. Messages. Oh, hey. Okay. We can Nope. We can talk with Adji. It's reset our conversation with Adji. Hello? I'm Prosecutor Justin Truth. Hello? Hi there, I'm sure you already heard about the Lillian Entertainment murder trial. I'm a little nervous. What do you want me to say? Just answer my questions normally. But I'm afraid I'll mess up. We're just talking, just a normal chat. Okay, and I'll try my best. Could you tell me something to relax? To help me relax? Focus on what you know, don't overthink it. You're wondering if talking to Adji was the 11% we were missing? Maybe. I know that we didn't have... I mean, we had this conversation before, but... I don't think it went well, right? Thank you, that helped a lot. Don't mention it, keeping you comfortable is my job. I got it. Sorry, something urgent's come up. This is for you. Is this Mr. C's insurance policy? You want to know about the murder, right? This might help you. I have to go now, sorry. How do you have this? Can you tell me where you got it? But, like, that's just this that we already had. Because that's the... Yeah, because that's what we got when we brought Sophie with us that time. I want to see what happens when I press the hint button. Hint. Which timeline do you want to know about? Well, we did timeline graduation, so I guess this is timeline money murders. Actually, you know what? You know what? I don't think I need a hint. I'm pretty sure at this point I don't need a hint if you tell me what the timeline's called. Because there's only one person getting money out of this. But let's double check if there was anything we can send Hot off to do. No. There's clearly something from the internet that we don't have. And whether we can get it down this route or not is a question. So I'm pretty sure that we need to go and bring Sophie for number 2. The evidence supporting Sophie as the culprit is the fact that she stands to gain a lot of money out of this. And her fingerprints are on the knife. Yeah, straight back to court, let's go. Justin, I took a look at the indictment. I think there are some issues with your evidence. Really? Yeah, maybe you should take another look at the evidence you're presenting. Alright, I will. Thanks, Emily. Okay, so we can't take her with those two. Alright. My evidence to support Sophie as the culprit. the fact that she stands to gain a lot of motive. Yeah, her entire motive plus. Plus the sleeping pills? Yeah, there you go. That's what. Yeah, you thought the evidence we picked here was irrelevant. Nope. Sleeping pills? The sleeping pills, okay. Court is about to begin. Oh, what? I'm so nervous. Yeah, let's ask for hand holding again. Feel better if I hold your hand? Then, of course I will. Sorry, I didn't think you'd really hold it. Well, if you're not nervous anymore, then I don't even want to hold it. Jerk? Thanks, I'm not that nervous anymore. Then, that's good. Anyway, we definitely have enough evidence this time. This killer has taken things far enough. I must catch them and bring them to justice. Hearing that makes me feel a little better. I'll try my best too. We've got this. When I was going to the bathroom, I bumped into Sophie. I shouldn't have seen her before the trial. So things were a little awkward. What was that expression about? I was suddenly covered in a cold sweat. I'd never seen that look in her eyes before. I thought that maybe I'd never really seen her true self before. And I also thought that maybe I've made the right decision. On the basis that I'm pretty sure we didn't gain any new information in that rerun of the last chapter, I'm not sure we have made the right decision. This court will now convene with the matter of the death of Lillian Entertainment's CEO, Mr. C. Counsel, please be seated. Counsel for the prosecution and the defense, are you ready to proceed? Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready. Very well. Both sides may state their position. This is a murder that only someone familiar with the victim could commit. The killer understood the officer's security system, deleted all related messages, and left behind very few tracks. But with the help of the police, we were able to uncover two very important pieces of evidence: the killer's motive and their connection with the murder weapon. The prosecution will present all relevant evidence to explain how this carefully planned murder was carried out. Can we really convict someone of a murder through simple deduction alone? The prosecution's explanation of how the murder was carried out lies directly in the face of Ms. Elior's actions. If the prosecution's evidence can't surpass a reasonable doubt, then the defense can only continue to support Ms. Leor's innocence. The defense will enumerate one by one each flaw in the prosecution's statement. Very well. I've heard both sides' statements. May the first witness take the stand. Please state your name and occupation. Zelda Hart, detective with the 4th Criminal Investigation Division. I'd like to present evidence number 47. Who is this? This is Owen Green. As per our investigation, he's a college student. What is his relationship to the defendant? We learned from his socials that he's Miss Leor's boyfriend. Objection. Speculation. Objection. There's a reason we didn't summon him to the stand, which we'll explain in due time. Did the court receive our application? So I did receive that application. Please continue, witness. We've already confirmed with Ms. Leor the identity of her boyfriend. Do you have proof this person is relevant to the case? Objection. Leading question. Damn it. Why were you investigating Mr. Green? At one point, we expanded our search around Sophie Leor's apartment building. On the night of the murder, at 8:47, 8:56, and 9:22 p.m., Mr. Green was caught on CCTV. Judging from what happened before and after, it's very possible that Mr. Green went to Ms. Leor's apartment. Are there not many cameras around Ms. Leor's house? No, it's actually the opposite. Ms. Leor lives in a wealthy area with many cameras. We think Mr. Green might have actually been trying to avoid them. I think we went off topic. I'll ask differently then. Alright, does any evidence suggest they met each other that night? Yes, we dusted for prints around Ms. Leor's apartment and found some of Mr. Green's. His prints, along with Ms. Leor's, was found on the emergency staircase railings. We hypothesized that the two of them spent a considerable amount of time on that staircase, maybe just hanging out and chatting. So he could be an accomplice. That might be a leading question. Does he have any records that might be related to the case? Yeah, let's go with that. Does he have any records that might be related to the case? No? Okay. Malicious intent. Okay, fine. Have you tried contacting him? We can't find him. His contact information is all fake, and he rarely posts about his whereabouts. After some snooping, we found that his family is in considerable debt. We confirmed that debt with Ms. Leor, but she wouldn't tell us anything else about him. Let's review the defendant's movements that night. At 9:02 p.m, Ms. Leor walked to her elevator, then mysteriously walked back to her apartment without ever getting on. And then we found her and her boyfriend's fingerprints all around the emergency staircase. Comparing that to when Mr. Green was caught on camera, it's very possible the two of them met up on the night of the murder. That'll be all, Your Honor. Very well. I understand the prosecution's statement. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. The defense waives their right to cross-examine, Your Honor. As per usual, huh? The prosecution has grabbed someone unrelated to this case with the hopes of muddling up our already muddled perceptions. Thankfully, my next witness will help me clear all of this up. Okay. Very well. Please bring them to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. I'm Sophia Lior, talent manager at Lillian Entertainment. The prosecution just mentioned that a Mr. Owen Green. Do you know this man? Yes. Mind telling us who he is? My boyfriend. Did you see this person on April 20th? Yes, we saw each other on the emergency staircase outside my apartment a little after 9 p.m. And does your boyfriend have anything to do with the murder of Mr. C? Objection, leading question. Why keep this a secret until now? My boyfriend's family has gotten into some trouble lately. He doesn't want anyone to know where he is, so I didn't say anything. I don't think he has anything to do with this case. Oh. Objection, speculation. I'm not used to objecting against the witness. What did you talk about on the staircase? He told me his family owes money, and they're being harassed by debt collectors. He said we probably wouldn't be able to see each other for a while. He wanted to see me one more time before he went into hiding. He said we'd be fine and that I shouldn't worry about him. What did you do once he'd left? I went back to my room and kept working. Did you go out anywhere else on the night of April 20th? No, I was really busy, so I stayed home working. I didn't go anywhere else. Thank you. As we can see, this boyfriend the prosecution dug up has nothing to do with Mr. C's murder. And that'll be all, Your Honor. Very well. Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness? Yes, please. Yes, I'd like to cross-examine. Very well. Whenever you're ready. Owen Green is my boyfriend. He saw me that night to tell me his family was in debt and he wouldn't be able to see me again for a while. After he left, I went back to my room and kept working. What work were you doing? After Mr. Green left, you went back to your room to work? Yes, I was very busy. What do you mean by work? Contacting and confirming details with all Carapa's sponsors. She had a lot at the time. You previously said you were Carapa and were streaming at the time of the murder. Why change your story? Because there are two other people posing as the real face. I lied about in the first place to protect Carapa. And get a nice convenient alibi. Objection! Bad faith assumption. Objection sustained. You think that little of me? You may remain silent, witness. There's still a lot you needed to get done. Do we have any have a when that is? No. Right, I'm not sure if we have anything for this at the moment, but we'll see. Why'd you keep it a secret? You said you kept his visit a secret because he was hiding from debt collectors? Yeah, and if this weren't a murder case, then I would still be keeping it a secret. When did your boyfriend visit you, exactly? Remember when I showed up on the elevator camera? It's because he was there, and I'm so used to taking the elevator it took me a second to remember he was at the emergency exit. How did you hide your meeting with him? I just didn't tell anyone about it. Pretended I was going to get coffee instead, that's it. Why was the emergency exit camera broken? Yeah, this is a real question. Why? I don't know. I didn't know it was broken. Just a coincidence, I guess. Okay, got it. I don't think we have anything for this, do we? Oh no, yes we do. Wait, shoot. We have something for the other one. Because you did not go back into your room and work. We have you on camera outside with him. No? All right. Okay, what did you talk about? Can you describe in more detail what you talked about? His dad's factory went under and they owed a lot of money. So they're running away from debt collectors. How did that make you feel? I felt really bad for him. It's not like he personally owed the money, it was his dad's fault. But it didn't seem to get him down, he was facing it head on. Still, it was hard for me to watch. What's your relationship with Mr. Green like? It's pretty close. I like him. I mean, you'd hope so if she was dating him. So, if you could help him, you would? What do you want me to say? Listen, I'll be direct. Mr. C's death and Owen's debt have nothing to do with each other. And there's nothing I could do to help his family, even if I wanted to. Killing Mr. C wouldn't have reduced their debt in any way. You sure about that? You sure about that, Sophie? Presenting evidence number 14. Let us look back for a moment. The defendant and the victim were a couple at one point, weren't they? The victim also listed the defendant as a beneficiary on his life insurance policy. Now, if the defendant were to receive a payout in the case of Mr. C's death, then she could theoretically help her boyfriend's family pay their debt. Is there any other meaning? He's my boyfriend! You asked whether or not I wanted to help him. Well, of course I do. Am I supposed to say I don't want to help him? I just wanted to confirm it with you. That doesn't mean I planned on paying off his family's debt, okay? Calm down. Please control your emotions, Miss Lear. Well, why do I have to do anything? He's the one harassing me. Please give a closing statement, Mr. Truth. Okay. The defendant was a benefactor on the victim's life insurance, which means she would receive a payout in the event of his death. Her boyfriend's family is also in debt. That'll be all, Your Honor. Very well, I understand. Now then, who is the next witness? My next witness will help explain the defendant's motive. Very well, please bring them to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. I am Honor Chen, digital modeler. Where were you on April 18th? Ah, so about the conflicting views on the budget, huh? I went to the office for a bit around 6 p.m. Was anyone else there? Mr. C and Sophie Allure. I heard them having a very intense conversation in the meeting room. I didn't see them, and I don't think they knew I was there. Please tell us what you heard. I just heard them talking about our first quarter budget. Sophie was blaming Mr. C for spending too much money on my daughter, specifically that her new outfit cost too much with way too many unnecessary expressions. And Mr. C just said it was worth it to expand the possibilities of her streams or something. Sophie just said she'd never used those new expressions and it was a waste to spend that much money on them. I think Mr. C wanted to keep talking, but Sophie just shut the conversation down, saying he better not spend that much next time. Was there anything particularly noteworthy you remember? Do you agree with Mr. Moore's opinions? Or do you think this gave her a motive? Well, definitely not the last one, that's a leading question. Yeah, do you agree with Ms. Lear's opinions? That's clearly the wrong option, but not an objectable wrong option. Of course I don't agree. It isn't her responsibility anyway. Personally, as a digital modeler, I love giving my daughter as many new expressions as I can. It's my prerogative to do so. That's a thought. Are Lillian Entertainment's employees not on a salary? Because Honor and Amanda between them are doing the model, right? Why is there extra budget required? Like, are all these ladies freelance? Or, like, paid hourly? Like, are they not just on a salary and just do the work? You'd think if all of the stuff was being done in-house, it wouldn't involve an increase on the budget, right? She's such a talent agent, she has no right to stick her nose in the technical side of things. Okay. Was there anything particularly noteworthy you remember? There was just something off about the whole thing. I guess you would say they were arguing, but Sophie was really calm about the whole thing. Then, when I was just about to leave, Sophie said something that was stuck in my mind. It's fine, this was the last time anyway. I heard her say that. The defendant and victim had differing views as to how to spend the company budget. And just before she left, the defendant said this was the last time anyway. How would she have known it really would be the last time? These are things we need to find out. What a joke! So I work hard and suddenly that makes me a murderer? Can't you object or something? I think you need to calm down. Why should I calm down? Can't you see that prosecutor's whole statement is completely illogical? Why should I sit here and let myself be called a murderer for such a stupid reason? You know, for a defense attorney, you're pretty crap at defending. You should just find someone else if you're going to stay silent. I'm staying silent because the prosecution's statement is full of holes. Now, since you obviously know nothing about being a defense attorney, would you kindly shut your mouth? Order in the court! Please maintain a modicum of professionalism, Miss Dunn, and refrain from engaging in shouting matches with the defendant. Very sorry, Your Honor. Ms. Allure, arguing with your attorney will hurt your chances of a favourable outcome. Please keep calm, abide by our rules, and try to work together with Ms. Dunn. As if there's any point. If you have an issue with the prosecution's statement, please voice your opinion properly when it's your turn to do so. Okay. Now will the defense cross-examine the witness? The defense waives their rights to cross-examine, Your Honor. Oh yeah, is that how it is? Trust your client. What a joke. I can't rely on anyone but myself. I get it now. I totally get it. Please calm down, Miss Allure. Sorry, I'll calm down and play nice. Then may the defense bring their next witness to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. I'm Sophie Allure, talent manager. Did you go to the office on April 18th? Yeah, I went there to teach our boss a lesson. You mean you disagreed with your boss on the way the company was being run? Oh, sorry. Leading question. What were you arguing with Mr. C about? Him spending too much money? Carrie's new outfit went way over budget. Once again, why am I only realising this now? How on earth is it over budget when it's all being done in-house? Like, yeah, these employees must not actually be employees. Too much on cover songs too. Now that one's an out-of-house thing. That one I could understand. The money we spent on curry for the first quarter went 3 times over budget. Of course I'm mad about that. Curry's strength is her curiosity when playing a new game, her sense of immersion and how charismatic she is. Curry didn't need any of these upgrades. Mr. C only added them because he wanted to. Do you not understand that? Because I personally don't understand how any of that gives me a motive to commit murder. The prosecution's witness said you seemed calm while talking to Mr. C. I have a predisposition to heart attacks. What? When I get too mad, I have to remind myself to calm down, or I could really hurt myself. Like right now, for example. Did you say to Mr. C while leaving, it's fine, that was the last time anyway? Maybe. I don't remember. I always tell him it'll be the last time we argue. I would tell him that next time too if he was still alive. I didn't think that would be something that would get me in trouble. Is that a good enough answer for you, just in truth? I mean, not really. As we've just heard from Ms. Allure, their argument about Lillian's budgets was not personal. It was solely from the perspective of the company's bottom line. As such, the defense sees no relation to this case. That'll be all, Your Honor. Very well, I understand. Are you feeling well enough to be cross-examined, Miss Allure? Hey, don't let her get out of it that easily, Judge! Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Right, just don't push yourself too hard. Well then, whenever the prosecution's ready. Okay, got it. Cross-examination. Her first quarter curry expenses went 3 times over budget. Of course I'm mad. I was calm because I have a bad heart, so I can't get too worked up. I might have said that was the last time because I always said that to Mr. C. Press on going over budget. Why did you go over budget? They made a bunch of unnecessary expressions and functions for Curry's new outfit. Well, that shouldn't count! Unless your company is really, really weird. Well, it's not so much that the company's really, really weird, but more like the fact that we were told your employees is clearly bullshit if that means going over budget. Given that your artist and modeler are literally in-house. What, in your opinion, qualifies as unnecessary? Have you seen Curry stream in just her underwear before? Her underwear? Well, that was one unnecessary function they added. I can count the number of times Curry's taken off her jacket on one hand. Some VTubers are good at utilising a whole bunch of different expressions during their stream, but Curry isn't one of them. She doesn't need that many expressions, so I think they were unnecessary and Mr. C wasted company money. Okay then. Well, I don't think we have any evidence stuff there. Press on her right to comment on the budget. Yeah, you're not involved in the financials, lady? Let me confirm one thing. Is the budget your responsibility as a talent manager? That's complicated. It's Mr. C's decision, but the way he spends money will influence Curry's mood. If he doesn't spend enough on Curry, then she'll feel neglected, but spend too much and she'll get a big ego. Her marketing and public relations budget also needs to be big enough to get Curry's name out there and keep her relevant. So I think it's my responsibility to ensure we spend money where it matters, and not on frivolous things. Let me just clarify. Your responsibility is making sure money is spent where it matters, so Kurpa stays in good spirits, and that's why you spoke to Mr. C? But strictly speaking, budget planning is not in your job description. That's right, it's Mr. C's. Okay, got it. I'm not sure we have anything there either. Unless there's something in, like, Kuripa's conversation. No, I don't think so. Or in the disagreement Sophie had with Kuripa. No. I mean, it's not so much that Curry is getting that money either, Drag. It's money that's being spent on stuff for her. Alright. And this heart condition. You didn't bring that up before. You have an underlying heart condition? Right. I've been told since I was young that my family has a history of heart disease. So my doctors have always told me to try to keep calm whenever possible. So keep our blood pressure low, I assume. For example, the angrier I get, the more important it is to smile and take deep breaths. But you also take sleeping pills, right? You know, if you really cared about my heart, you could just dismiss me from this whole trial. What do you think about that, just in truth? I think that's beside the point. Then you don't really care, do you? That's a shame. I smile more the angrier I get. I don't know if we've got anything for that either. Press on! This was the last time. Can you explain why you said this was the last time? Honestly, I don't specifically remember saying it. I think I just say it a lot because I always hope it's the last time I have to argue with Mr. C. Do you understand now? Okay, got it. Okay, we need evidence for something here going on in here. We don't have access to the log of that. Wait a second. Wait a second! The second quarter budget plans. This one. Mr. C was in charge of the budget. So how come these exist? Presenting evidence number 23. And this is Lillian's revised second quarter budget. And it seems like you're the one who drafted it. Isn't this your name here at the top, Sophelia? Well, why do you have this? And let me just point one thing out. In this revised version, Curry's budget has been drastically reduced while Lillian's marketing and public relations budget has increased dramatically. So yes, after Mr. C was murdered, it seems you really did take it upon yourself to increase the budget for the two departments you're responsible for. It's exactly because Mr. C was killed that we need a higher PR budget. We need to have a lot of press to deal with. But planning the budget isn't part of your job, is it? No, it's Mr. C's, and he's dead. These are extenuating circumstances that are so freaking hard to understand. Where the heck did you get that? That should be a company secret. Oops. Stop this hearing at once. You're going to give Mr. Leo a heart attack. Medic, help this woman immediately. Due to unforeseen circumstances, this court will take a temporary recess. We will reconvene once the defendant is feeling better. Hold on a second. Your Honor, we're hoping you could at least allow the final witness to take the stand before pausing proceedings. This is a special witness and we're afraid next time they might not be available. You should have received our application. You're right. I do recall something like that. Is this witness the boyfriend? What do Honor and Amanda do when they don't have work to do? Good question. I assume... Well, I mean, Amanda probably has a lot of work to do, because she's... Obviously, she must be drawing everything for the merch and stuff as well. But yeah, I guess what does Honor do when she's not upgrading the model? I mean, maybe that's why the new model had so many extra bits, because it's like, what else is she doing? Does the defense object? We'll wait and see. Which means you'll allow it then. Very well, bring them to the stand. Oh, the special witness is Prudence? Please state your name and occupation. Prudence Weeks, merchandising manager at Lillian Entertainment. Where were you on the afternoon of June 3rd? Oh, explain how Sophie dumped the murder weapon! At home. I went out once around noon to get lunch. Did anything noteworthy happen when you went out? When I passed by the trash area, I noticed a whole bunch of police there. Did you see what they were doing there? They were investigating something. I saw a cop take a bag out the dumpster. They opened the bag and took out a bloody knife. Did seeing them investigating the case change your plans that afternoon? I don't know if it was the murder weapon or not. But it made me nervous, like someone might start suspecting me. So I went and asked building security if I could watch the camera footage and found this. Ah. Sophie. 7 AM. The morning after the murder happened. Please explain what you saw on the security footage. I saw someone with long pink hair, lacy sleeves, a long skirt, and a big pink ribbon on their chest. That's who put the bag in the dumpster. And the bag with the knife in it. The PM before the 7th. Wait, was it PM and not AM? I entirely missed the PM part because I went 07. Okay, that's the morning. So it was the following evening then. Let's see, put the bag in the dumpster. The bag with the knife in it. Does anyone you know match that description? They definitely reminded me a lot of Sophie Allure. As per the police's report, the knife was covered in the victim's blood and the blade fit with the victim's wound. The security cameras caught the defendant throwing it away. Definitive evidence. Objection. Personal conjecture. So wait, do we have access to that evidence now? That would be a no. I can't see whether it was PM or AM. The witness's statement cannot be used to prove that the person disposing of the murder weapon was in fact Sophie Allure. Well, no, but looking at the footage can kind of do that. Objection! This isn't just witness speculation. Anyone with 2 working eyeballs can see the woman in the security footage looks highly similar to Miss Allure. The prosecution asserts that Ms. Allure is the one who disposed of the murder weapon in that dumpster, and that is an indisputable fact. The woman in the footage does seem highly similar to Ms. Allure. I have to side with the prosecution on this one. The defense wishes to cross-examine. Dot, dot, dot. Well then, what's a big old prosecutor coming to see little old murderer like me for? I heard you gave up on the appeal. Why not? I'm helping you build a portfolio. What's the problem with that? There's something in this case I still can't explain. Please take a look at this. The cops found this Y account, Shadow0903, on your laptop. From the data they gathered, they could tell you check this account a lot, especially since Mr. C was murdered. So, who is this person? My friend. A scared, stupid, helpless little loser that really pisses me off. What's their name? I don't know. I never asked. Is it related to the case? I'm just trying to clear some things up. Maybe you should have cleared that up before accusing me of murder. Is Kurapa back to streaming? Yep, started up pretty quickly after the trial ended. Who's her new manager? I hear it's... blank. I assume that's just a blank space, basically. Or oh. Is that right? Okay, no further questions. You should get out of here while I can still control myself. How's your heart? I'll say this one more time. I don't need your kindness or your pity. you're here, it means you've completed 2 false timelines. So Sophie isn't the real murderer. And that was part of our plan, of course, since these 2 timelines contained important information that will push you towards the truth. Could you have reached the truth in one go, without this whole song and dance? Why, yes, it's possible. But without guidance, it wouldn't be easy. Let me remind you what puzzles you've yet to solve in Sophia Lior's timeline. First, who remotely accessed Mr. C's computer? We know someone visited the scene of the crime on the night of the murder, but who? And why? Second, that bloody microphone. If Sophie is the killer, then how did she get to the office? Choice records have been reset. Well then, it's time for the final bout. You almost have all the evidence you need, along with 2 false timelines worth of information. Have you figured out who the killer is? I'll be waiting for you at the end. Goodbye for now. Alright. We've got one more thing to do in Chapter 3. Our remaining target for accusation. Which would be Honor Chen. The evidence here is the paring knife. And sleeping pills, I think. Yeah. Paring knife and the sleeping pills. No, paring knife and the tantrum, maybe? No, the paring knife and the sleeping pills will do it. What's about to begin? Are you feeling good about it? Just take it step by step for now. Hold on, what are you even doing here? What? I can't come along? This has nothing to do with you. Don't you have other work to do? I'll put in overtime. I'm just really invested in this case, alright? So what now? Do you even have a chance to win? Honestly, the lack of evidence isn't the most difficult part of the trial. Yeah? Then what is? The fact that we have 3 people claiming to be Kuropa's real face. So we have no way to explain this whole thing to the judge. That's going to make things difficult? Well, for some witnesses we have to avoid mentioning that they're Kuropa's real face. But their testimony still has to prove the defendant isn't her real face. They can't say they're her real face, but they have to prove the defendant isn't? Wait, what? My brain's gonna break. It's a conundrum, huh? The trial's about to begin. Can we actually do this? Who knows? Court will now convene in the matter of the death of Lillian Entertainment's CEO, Mr. C. Counsel, please be seated. Counsel for the prosecution and the defense, are you ready to proceed? The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Very well. Both sides may state their position. The victim in this case is the CEO of Lillian Entertainment, Mr. C. On the morning of April 21st, his body was found in his office, time of death estimated to be the night before. Various signs point to someone familiar with Mr. C and the office being a suspect. namely someone with a key, which is why we've narrowed the suspects to Lillian's 6 employees. Their investigation has determined that Honor Chen carries a high amount of suspicion, something we will expound upon today. There are 6 employees with a key to the office, so it's unreasonable to focus on Honor Chen for that reason alone. Also, Prosecutor Truth's various signs are far too abstract. In reality, there was no evidence at the scene of the crime that directly points to Miss Chen. The defense will provide evidence proving Miss Chen has a strong alibi, placing her away from the scene of the crime on the night of the murder. The prosecution is frankly accusing Miss Chen based on a series of false assumptions, not enough to prove any form of guilt, assumptions which we will enumerate one by one. Very well, I've heard both sides' statements. Please call the first witness to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. Zelda Hoss, detective from the 4th Criminal Investigation Division. Please explain to us why the victim is a chicken. Please tell us how the victim died. The victim's jugular vein was cut, causing him to die of blood loss. There was no sign of a struggle at the scene, but there were traces of sleeping pills found in the victim's blood, leading us to think he was drugged. Could you tell anything about the culprit from the victim's wounds? The right side of the victim's neck had a deep and precise knife wound, nice and clean. From the precision of the wound, the killer was most likely highly practiced with a knife, potentially with military training. Objection! Personal conjecture, please leave that to an expert witness. Objection! Don't treat Detective Hoss like an idiot. She's received plenty of close combat knife training. She basically is an expert. Well, that's unexpected. Very well, if the witness is trained in knives, I'll allow it as part of her testimony. Yeah, trust me. Do any of our suspects possess that kind of expertise? Yes, look at this. This is the diploma from a private training institute. The class taught self-defense, including close combat and dagger skills. That diploma belongs to Honor Chen. We checked with the school and apparently she graduated with high marks. We also looked into whether any suspects have skills in weapons, surgery, or cutlery. Honor Chen is the only one who fits any of the criteria. What did you find out about the murder weapon? Currently, we've narrowed down the murder weapon to the paring knife found at the scene of the crime. The knife itself is property of Lillian Entertainment. The knife is tested positive for traces of Mr. C's blood and body tissue. There weren't any other sharp objects found at the scene that could have done it. We found prints on the knife belonging to Honor Chen, Prudence Weeks, Faye Ward, and Sophia Lior. Thank you. And judging from the wound, we know this murder wasn't the work of an amateur. Of the 4 people whose prints we found on the knife, only Honor Chen is skilled enough with a knife to have pulled it off. That'll be all, Your Honor. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. The defense waives its right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Oh? Foregoing cross-examination will reduce the defense's chance for a favorable outcome. Is that okay? Yes, the prosecution is miles away from proving Honor Chen had anything to do with the murder. I don't want to waste any more time. Very well. Then the defense may call their next witness to the stand. Letting the defendant self-testify? That won't be good for the defense. Is she serious? But she has a high win rate. Really? not cross-examining the witness? Defense has some strange strategies. It's a tactic Defender Dunn likes to use. Don't underestimate her. Please tell us your name and occupation. My name is Zona Chen. I'm Curry's father and her real face. Testifying to being your own father. What's this real face? Who is Curry? This fool doesn't even know Curry. Objection! Sorry, I didn't mean to yell that so loud. Let me explain this to the court. Curry refers to Lillian Entertainment's own VTuber Kurapa. Father, in VTuber slang, refers to the VTuber's digital modeler, and real face refers to the person that controls the VTuber behind the scenes. Your Honor can imagine Kurapa being a sort of avatar that Miss Chen uses to interact with her audience online. Wanna be time traveling? Yeah. Sounds quite complicated. But is this okay? He doesn't know anything about anything. Can you please not speak unless I ask you a question? You're making things a lot harder for me. It's okay. It's nice learning all the young people lingo these days. Thank you, Your Honor. Did you have special combat training at an institute and graduate with high marks from your dagger class? Yes, I did very well with daggers. Why did you take this class? The man I like is attracted to women who know how to cook. That's a different kind of knife! Can you please explain the relationship between dagger skills and knowing how to cook? Well, I just think cooking classes are so lame. So I found a class that at least taught me knife skills, but was also super cool at the same time. At least I thought I could start with knives, then learn the rest later. So then, as someone with a good understanding of daggers, do you think that paring knife could be the murder weapon? Objection, leading question. No, personal conjecture, actually. Objection. Let me remind you that the paring knife is the murder weapon, and Honor Chen is good with a dagger were two of the prosecution's previous claims. Are you trying to negate your own claims? I agree with the defense. Please answer the question, Miss Chen. Well, when you really think about it, it's a little strange. From what I know, the wound is too deep for a paring knife, so I actually think it might not be the murder weapon. Miss Chen is in fact skilled with daggers and has undergone professional training, but her reasons for such training were personal and had nothing to do with taking a life. You're also still unable to determine whether the paring knife is the murder weapon, something the prosecution still can't seem to explain. And before Prosecutor Truth identifies the murder weapon, there's no way for him to claim that Miss Chen's knife training was anything more than culinary in intent. Questions are pretty incisive. Yeah, seems like she knows exactly where to strike. Very well, I understand. May the prosecution prepare to cross-examine the witness. Okay, got it. Yes, I learned how to use a dagger, but only because the guy I like is into women who can cook. Knives are used in the kitchen too, so I think it's all related. Anyhow, I don't think the paring knife could be the murder weapon. Yeah, she did tell us this one before, didn't she? Let's press on the paring knife. Why don't you think the paring knife is the murder weapon? The wound was too deep. Obviously, a deeper wound needs a longer blade. A paring knife would be hard-pressed to cut that deep and produce that much blood. And the first time I interviewed you at the office, you said Sophia Lure was more suspicious because she used the paring knife the most. But now you're saying it couldn't have been the paring knife. Why the change? When I said that, I hadn't seen Mr. C's wound, and I honestly hadn't thought about it that much. Okay, here's a new question. When and why did you see the victim's wound? I don't like your tone. You sound like it's a problem that I saw Mr. C's wound. Detective Hoss showed me a photo one time when she was questioning me. I saw the amounts of blood and started having doubts. Unless I'm mistaken, it's the prosecution's job to investigate the relationship between the victim's wounds and the murder weapon, not to badger a witness about it. I understand. Detective Hoss showed her the photo. Okay, what do we have? I mean, I guess we have the photo. Why would Hoss have done that? Alright, press on the knife training. What did you learn about in your dagger classes? Other than basic theory, we learned about how to use a dagger in combat. So, dagger maintenance, how to hold it, offense and defense, mock combat, emergency maneuvers. It was a pretty stacked curriculum. When using a dagger, how can you quickly incapacitate your opponent? Aim for the hands and eyes. I was gonna say, hands is a good one. Hands and eyes. This was a military training class. We actually spent more time on how to avoid fighting. We learned that if you really have to use a dagger in a fight, your goal should be to turn the tables by disarming your opponent. So I would aim for their hands and eyes, that way they'd be unable to use their own weapon. What was the most memorable moment of the class for you, during or afterwards? That would be a particularly intense battle. Oh? I thought about it for a long time until I finally made my decision. Bought a piece of blackfin tuna belly. What? No matter how I cut it, it just looked like garbage. I've never had so much self-doubt in my life. Was all this training just a waste? I cried out. Well, yes, because it was combat knife training and not how to fillet a fish. Ooh, take a frickin' cooking class. It's the battle I remember most. The battle I will never forget. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, didn't you talk about Father staying out of the kitchen, Anna? Unless I'm remembering this wrong. Didn't you say something along the lines of fathers don't cook? Yeah, the kitchen is a woman's territory. It's no place for a man like me. So why are you trying to get better at cooking? A good man should be a jack of all trades. And if it's for the one I love, then I don't see a problem with it. Also, daggers are cool. I just went to learn about daggers, and the cooking thing was tangential. I didn't go to learn how to cut tuna, alright? Could you please be a little more consistent? Being the best means being strong, being cool. So I can't do anything lame. Lame stuff is for losers. I mean, knowing how to cook is not lame. Knowing how to cook means being able to take care of yourself and other people, which is pretty cool. And kind of necessary. It's important to learn how to cook at least a few basic things. Because otherwise you're spending a lot of money on food that you don't necessarily have to. But first you said fathers don't cook, and now you're equating dagger skills with kitchen knife skills. Sounds pretty lame to me. I didn't want anyone to know, okay? I had to prove I wasn't the killer, so you forced it out of me. Just quit asking me about it, okay? Okay, got it. Alright, the guy you like. This doesn't feel relevant, but let's go. So, who's this guy you like? Yeah, I can't say. You can't say. Why? What does it have to do with the case anyway? Objection. Irrelevant. Does Miss Chen's romantic interest have anything to do with this case? I mean, it would if it was Mr. C. Or Sophie's boyfriend, maybe? I guess not. An objection sustained. The witness does not have to answer. Thank you. Who I like has nothing to do with this case. Right, okay, let's look at our stuff. The paring knife, currently thought to be the murder weapon. Alibis, sleeping pills. Dying message, the meeting records. Falls incident 3, the office tantrum. Kirby's basic info, Kirby's weekly schedule, her stream, the medical records, people's alibis for the first surprise stream, and these conversations between Kurappa and Mr. C. Can we just present the paring knife? It's got the blood on it, Anna. I don't know. No. Okay. I don't know what I have here. Aren't really gonna help us here. Maybe nothing and move on? That kind of feels dangerous though. I mean, I guess that's an option, but it's not one that we've used before, and I wonder if it might be a problem. Actually, have we had that end button before? I don't remember. But then I guess we've usually figured something out. You know what? I guess we can try it. I guess we can just, like, make a save. Make a save and see what happens. You sure you want to finish questioning? I'm not sure, but we'll try it. No further questions. I'm not sure if she's being calculated or if she's just out of touch with reality. I don't know either, but she didn't give us any openings. Is that bad for us? Don't worry, it's just the beginning. Oh, I think we're okay. Who is the next witness, then? The next witness will help us expound a bit more on the defendant's alibi. Very well. Call them to the stand. Hello. It's you. Please tell us your name and occupation. Ah, pun. My name is Irrelevant. Irrelevant. Oh no. And she's a student. Wait, is she someone who lives in the same building as us? No, I don't think it's a bad ending. I was just going, oh no, that's a horrible pun on the name. And where do you live? I live at number 563, whatever road, second floor. It's an old apartment partitioned into smaller rooms. I live in room A. The defendant lives in the same apartment building in room C, making our witness the defendant's neighbor. I see. So apparently Honor's neighbor is a time traveler. Yeah, why do you... Honestly, I would like the answer to that question. Why do you look a lot like Amanda Childs? Yeah. The budget's too low! Too low! Huh? What budget? Could we just move on, please? My whole name is Irrelevant, get it? Irrelevant! I'm just a random witness who has nothing to do with the case. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like I should trust her? Can you tell me where you were on April 20th? I've got a test coming up, so I was home studying. I was inside from 6 PM onwards. Did anything notable happen while you were studying? Bug crawled into my room at around 8:10 PM. I hate bugs. Come on, all I say. How did you deal with it? I asked my neighbors to help. The girl in room B is always working at night, so I knew she wasn't home. The girl in room C is super cool, so I figured she could help me. I knocked on her door for ages, but she never answered. No, real bugs, I think, Drag. Actual IRL bugs. Finally, the girl in room D came out and helped me. What did you notice while knocking on room C's door? I knocked really loud because I was super scared. I knocked and I yelled and I cried. The light was on since I could see it from the crack in her door. I could hear the sounds of music and someone talking too. So I thought she was definitely there. Thank you. The defendant has claimed that she was at home during the murder. So why would she ignore her neighbor knocking at the door? Unless she wasn't actually there? Your Honor, the prosecution asserts that there are flaws in the defendant's alibi. Very well, I understand. Her neighbor's super cute. Huh? I figured you'd be making fun of her name or something. Are you feeling alright? Oh, come on. I just think she's cute, alright? Is that not allowed? Emily usually hates when I talk to other women. I wonder why that witness is any different. Would the defense like to cross-examine the witness? No need. Are you sure? Yes, I'm confident Miss Chen's testimony will respond to all of the prosecution's claims. Okay. Very well. May the next witness come to the stand. Where were you on the night of April 20th? Home. I never left. What were you doing? I was streaming. Like I've said before, on Curry's real face. And that stream was from when to when? From 7 to 10 PM. That night we were just chatting and eating some old marshmallows. What do you mean by eating marshmallows? Fans can use a site called Marshmallow to submit anonymous questions. Eating marshmallows is when I read and respond to those questions. Do I seriously have to explain stuff this basic? Yeesh. I have to act like I don't know anything, alright? Can you please check your attitude? Let's all calm down. May the defense please continue. Thank you. Would the stream make it possible for you not to hear outside sounds like the sound of your neighbour knocking on the door? Objection leading question? Just now, your neighbour said they knocked on your door at around 8 PM. Why didn't you answer? I was wearing noise-cancelling headphones while streaming. Sorry, I really didn't hear. As you can see, the prosecution's query has a perfectly reasonable answer. Miss Chen didn't hear her neighbour knocking because she was wearing headphones while streaming. Well, specifically, she was wearing noise-cancelling headphones. Very specific. There. As such, her not answering the door does not mean she wasn't in the room. They knew just what to say. Still, could using streaming as her alibi actually be advantageous for us? Yep, all part of my plan. She said she has no patience for people who don't understand VTubers, but it's not like everyone watches VTubers. We can use that to our advantage too, since disrespecting the judge is never a good idea. Very well. May the prosecution please begin their cross-examination. Okay, got it. I didn't go out on April 20th. I was streaming from 7 till 10 PM since I'm Curry's real face. That day we were eating marshmallows. I didn't hear my neighbour knocking on the door because I was wearing noise-cancelling headphones. Let's press on those headphones. You wear noise-cancelling headphones while streaming? Yes, I have to be professional and focused, and those earphones block outside noise. If I need to, I'll monitor my own voice to make sure it sounds good and the levels are right. Things that I could never deal with. Like in theory I have that option, but the delay on it really bothers me. So I also like to be able to hear my own voice as well. But like directly. I play music during free chat too, so I really can't hear anything happening outside. So you didn't hear your neighbour knocking? Outside of editing, you don't like listening to your voice. I don't think anyone does. It's also slightly different hearing your own voice directly as it is to hearing it recorded as well. Which I guess would be how I would hear it if I was using the monitoring function. Aside from it also being on a slight delay, which really screws up me talking. Did the stream not hear your neighbour knocking? I believe we had this question before. Nope, I really didn't hear it. Sorry, everyone. But they handled it and never said anything to me afterwards, so I didn't know. Okay. I understand. Also, like... So, like, her neighbour said that she could hear music and voices, and I know she said I play music when I'm doing free chats, but, like, why would you do that, like, not directly? Like, why would your neighbour be able to hear the music that you're playing if you're doing the stream with headphones? Like, are you playing the music on something else and having the microphone pick it up? Because that does not seem professional. Alright, let's press on the day's stream. You were eating marshmallows that night, right? Yep. Can you tell us some of the ones you remember? One asked me what I usually wear at home. I said I'm usually dressed more casually at home, just a t-shirt and underwear. If it's cold, I wear socks, and I take my underwear off when I sleep. Why is that? Because underwear constricts your blood flow when you sleep. Everyone knows that. I'm part of the no panties party. You got a problem with that? I didn't say anything. Yeah. Why'd you hit me? Just felt like it. Anyway, that was the only free chat stream that week, so I remember it well. Let's double check that. Haha, nope. For reference, could you tell me that week's schedule? Monday was a fighting game, Tuesday a collab, Wednesday a horror game, then Thursday were free chats for Night of the Murder. On Friday and Saturday I was supposed to play a classic mystery game, but the murder happened, so it was cancelled. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, that was not the only free chat. Sorry. Monday was a fighting game, Tuesday a collab, Wednesday a horror game, then Thursday was free chat. Why are you repeating what I just said? I have here Kurpa's schedule from April 17th to 26th. Okay. And then this here is the revised schedule. At 10:17 PM on Monday, Kurpa announced Tuesday's collab was cancelled and posted an updated schedule. Now why is Kurappa's real face? Did you not know this? So let me ask again, who did you collab with on Tuesday and what did you do? Let it be known that the defendant is unsure of what Kurappa's weekly schedule actually was. I should make it abundantly clear that Miss Chen is not Kurappa's real face. Very well. Wait, was it 9 days? Really? Oh yeah. 17th to 26th. Rather than... it'll have been to the 24th, won't it? Because, yeah, the Thursday was the 20th. No, that's still not right. It should be 19th to 23rd. Anyway, very well. I understand the prosecution's claim. In fact, the prosecution has more evidence to drive home our claim. We'd like to bring our next witness to the stand, Your Honor. Very well, call them up. Amanda Child says she's the real face too, right? Yep, so we have to avoid her mentioning it so she doesn't muddy up our case. It's giving me a headache just thinking about it. Good luck, Justin. Please state your name and occupation. Amanda Childs, I draw I mean, I'm an illustrator. Illustrator / real face. And I'd like to ask you something about a date relatively further back. Proof that Anna Chen admitted to not being the real face during a meeting. Okay. On November 3rd of last year, were you already an employee at Lillian? Yes, I was. Do you remember what you did that day? I remember we had a meeting about Kurappa 2.0, her new model. Can you briefly describe that meeting? Lillian decided to create a new version of Kurappa's 3D model, version 2.0. They wanted to give her more expressions and movements. Who was part of the meeting? I remember Mr. C, Misty, Anna, and me. 4 people in total. It's Anna's chance responsibility to keep in contact with Kurappa. No. Why was Misty there? No. How did you discuss the modelling and art requirements? We had to confirm the new expressions with Curry, so Anna said she'd do that. But when I asked her about it, she said, I don't know, Curry hasn't responded yet. But if she's Curry's real face, then why would she say that she hadn't responded yet? If she's Curry, then that's kind of weird, right? If she wanted to hide her identity, she could have just said, Curry hasn't responded yet, not I don't know. Objection. Personal conjecture. Objection sustained. Please refrain from personal opinions. Did I say something wrong? Sorry. It's okay. I can probably still work that into my claim. So you specifically remember Ono-chan saying, I don't know, Curry hasn't responded yet? Yes. Because I have to wait for confirmation before I can start drawing. It took a while and delayed my start date, so I remember it really clearly. Prosecutor Truth? Sorry. According to witness testimony, We know the defendant said at a meeting, "I don't know, Curry hasn't responded yet." Now, if the defendant is telling the truth, she is Kurpa's real face, so why would she not know her own opinion? The prosecution asserts that the defendant's claim of being Kurpa's real face is flawed and should not be deemed an acceptable alibi. Very well. Justin, I think something's still not right. Didn't Amanda's testimony also prove... You caught that too, huh? I didn't catch it in preliminary court. But that's not what we should be paying attention to right now. Would the defense like to cross-examine the witness? Yes. Amanda has also, in the same thing as disproving Honor being the real face, she's disproved that she's the real face. No, the defense waives its right to a cross-examination. Ah, I got it. Then bring the next witness to the stand. Amanda Childs mentioned you were in the same meeting on November 3rd of last year. Do you remember this? I guess so. It was about my daughter's 2.0 model, and that was a big deal for any modeler. Is it true that you volunteered to confirm the details with Kurpa? Yeah, that was my idea. Seeing that you're Kurpa's real face, why did you reply, "I don't know," when Amanda asked you for an update? Oh, I was supposed to be objecting to that one. I was considering that. Hypothetical. Did you answer, "I don't know, Curry hasn't responded yet"? I've answered that already. Was this to hide your identity? Conjecture? Leading question, even. Please explain why you answered that way. There were multiple reasons. One, I was busy. I knew I had to confirm the specs, but I hadn't had time to think about them yet. Two, company policy is no one can know Kurpa's real face, so obviously couldn't say I had to think about it. Given those two reasons, I could only think to push the responsibility onto a non-existent real face. Can you tell me how you ended up deciding Kurpa 2.0's expressions? How? Once I finished my modelling work, I just sat down and thought about it for a bit, then told Amanda what Kurpa decided on. Thank you. Miss Chen said, "I don't know, Curry hasn't decided yet because she couldn't risk revealing her identity. The prosecution's previous assertion is unproven, meaning we still can't rule out Miss Chen being Kurpa's real face. This is the defense's claim." Dang, she worked it all out. Do you think we can win this, Justin? I don't know, but we have to try. Very well. Would the prosecution like to cross-examine the witness? Yes, thank you. Very well, then. Please begin. I was too busy back in November and couldn't reveal my identity, so I said, "I don't know, Curry hasn't responded yet." Once I was done with my work, I thought about Curry 2.0 and gave the specs to Amanda. What were you busy with? What were you busy with back then? Amanda mentioned the meeting was about Curry's 2.0 model. Listen, I had to handle 80% of the pre-modelling work myself, so confirming a few expressions wasn't really on my radar. Lillian barely gave me any time to do it all, too. So you were busy with pre-modelling work? Yep, I need to research new skills, collate old photos, and increase the scope of new events. I was insanely busy, so I forgot to confirm the expressions for a bit. How much time did Lillian give you to complete this work exactly? Only 2 weeks, and it was a really rushed 2 weeks, so I remember it well. How long would you normally have for a modelling job? Depends on how complicated it is, but usually 20 to 30 days. Yeah, you see on a... I very much doubt that you're Curry's real face, because I don't think they would have rushed you off your ass if you were having to do 2 jobs. And this time you only had 14 days, which is why you felt rushed. Yeah, it doesn't feel all that long, right? Well, it depends on how much from scratch we're doing, I guess. Like, are we redoing the model from the ground up? Or what? Don't forget I have to stream too. Curb has to stream 5 days a week for at least 2 hours each time. So how much time do you think I really have to focus on modelling? Okay, got it. I don't think we have anything for that. Let's talk about the 2.0 model. Is the model you made back then the same one Kurapur is using now? Yep. Please tell me about 3 of the expressions you chose. Model 1.0 just had the basics. For 2.0 we added heart eyes, evil face, sleeping face, etc. And she could wave and sway back and forth. Why did you choose to add these new expressions? Waving was so Curry could say hi and bye to her fans. The other expressions are for special occasions, so they're used less. The swaying is just because I thought it was cute. Is that not okay? No, it's fine, thank you. What eyes, evil face, and sleepy expressions? And waving and shaking actions. Well, I don't think we have anything on that one. Concealing identity. How did you keep your identity a secret from everyone? My main strategy was just maintaining the look of a loving father. As long as I did that, no one around me suspected I was her real face. Apart from that, volunteering to contact Curry for work was another tactic. Then no one would have to use Kurapur's account to contact me, and there'd be less of a chance for them to find out who I was. Did the swaying cost more? Once again, it shouldn't cost if she's doing it. I still don't understand that. As I said, unless you're freelance. So, to keep up appearances, would you contact Kurapur through your personal account, then use Kurapur's account to respond? No, why the heck would I do that? I am Kurapur, I have to keep that a secret, but I don't go out of my way to pretend either. I'm not going to have a conversation with myself. Girl. When everyone in the company has the ability to log into Kurapur's messages, you wouldn't create a false paper trail? Yeah, right, the only explanation is they're treated like freelance. But yeah. They're clearly not actually employees. Either that or they're part-time employees on a 0 hours contract and they get paid for the number of hours they do. Which... why... which is especially since Amanda is also under a non-compete. Why would you sign that non-compete if you were basically working as a freelancer? If you were just being paid for the work you were actively doing. I don't understand how this company works. That would just look stupid. Okay, got it. I need to look like a loving father, so I can't let people know I'm also my daughter. That doesn't mean I'll talk to myself online like a crazy person. Do we have notes of Curry and her talking? We've got work messages between Honor Chen and Sophie Lior during Kuripa's stream that prove that Sophie isn't the real face, which would also surely prove that Honor is also not. No, I don't think we have anything in that regard. Alright, contacting Kuripa. Why did you volunteer to talk to Kuripa yourself? I mean, I'm Kuripa's real face, so it makes sense. Regardless if you ask Curry, I'm the one who's going to see it. So why waste more time and make it more complicated when I can just do everything myself? That's why I usually volunteer for contacting Curry about stuff. Just being practical. Okay, got it. Wait a second. Wait a second. Maybe we can, in fact, use this one. Oh no, wait! Shoot! That's the one between Honor and Kuripa. I was going for this one. But that one is the meeting records one. Okay. I thought I had something. This is a screenshot sent to Amanda Childs from the defendant on November 6th. As we can see from the screenshot, the defendant texted Kuripa confirming each new expression one by one. And yet the defendant just said that talking to herself would make her look like a crazy person. As per the defendant's own claim, if she really were Kuripa's real face, she wouldn't have to send herself a message. But in the info she gave Miss Childs, there was obviously a separate Kuripa chatting with her. From this, it's clear to see the defendant is not Kuripa's real face and therefore cannot have been home streaming during the murder. That'll be all, Your Honor. Yes, we've finally proven it! Yep. All thanks to Amanda for digging up that old screenshot. Very well, I understand the prosecution's statement. Who is the next witness, then? My next witness will help us establish the defendant's motive. Very well, bring them to the stand. Please state your name and occupation. Miss Thuriot, administrator and accountant at Lillian Entertainment. Yeah, so she's admin and accountant. Why was Sophie writing a new budget? Shouldn't it be Misty's job? Please briefly describe what happened at work on March 31st. office around 3 p.m. He had a fight with Mr. C. What was the reason? In a meeting the day before, Mr. C announced we would be selling adult Kurapa merch anonymously. So Anna went into the office on March 31st to talk to him about it. We ended up having a physical altercation, and Anna said, "You'll pay for this," then slammed the door and left the office. Now I'd like to ask you what happened on April 7th. Where were you that day? I went into the office. Did anything special happen? Yeah, Anna apologized to me. She said she accidentally kicked it over... Oh, wait. Shouldn't that be the response to the plant one? Okay. She said she accidentally kicked it over the night before and she'd buy me a new one. What did you say to that? I accepted her apology, but I still thought it was weird. What was weird? Because that plant was in a place you can't really kick over by accident, and it wasn't near Anna's seat. So, since I thought that was weird, I went to check the cameras. And, well, take a look. The night before, after everyone had left, she went into Mr. C's break room and took out a manga. A little bit later, she slammed the book down on the ground and started breaking everything around her, including my potted plant, and then ripped the manga to shreds. The office was a total mess. After a while, she finally cleaned up, put it back to normal, and left. Why'd Anna start hulking out all of a sudden? Hulking out? I mean, you said she ripped a comic book into shreds? That would take some serious anger. What kind of comic would make her that mad? Objection! Malicious intent. Objection sustained. What? You don't like the Hulk? If you don't get back to the case, prepare to face my gavel of justice. Okay, I'm sorry, just put the hammer down. Sometimes you're really scary, Your Honor. Okay, who else in the company knows about this? Only Mr. C and I know. Or knew. Why? Mr. C was the second person in the office that day. I showed him the footage and he told me not to show anyone else. Did you go into the office the day before, or on April 6th? Yeah. Did anything particularly memorable happen that day? That day, when I came out of the bathroom, I saw Anna standing in front of Mr. C's break room. His door was open a little bit, but she didn't go inside. She was just standing outside looking in. Then she noticed me staring at her and walked away. She passed by me and I had just pure naked fury. What was in his break room at the time? Actually, I did look. And I saw Mr. C reading a fan-made Kurapa edition sheet. Thank you. On March 31st, due to a new company policy, the defendant had a physical altercation with the victim. Even though the defendant claims to have made up with the victim that very night, we know from witness testimony that the defendant was still highly angry with the victim. The prosecution asserts that this anger was enough to serve as motive for murder. Very well. Would the defense like to skip a cross-examination? No, I'd like to cross-examine. Oh? Very well, then. The defense may begin their cross-examination. Can you explain what pure naked fury means? Just a sort of deadly rage. I'm sorry, but that's too vague. Can you explain what deadly rage is? So that's how it is. you're going to keep pressing me on emotions that can't easily be explained until my words become meaningless, and you can separate those emotions from any potential motive the defendant may have had. Is that right? Well, let me think. Kinda like this? Ooh! Does that explain the kind of pure naked fury I saw in Anna's eyes? Thank you. Was it that expression that made you question Anna's reason for breaking your plant, and why you went to check the cameras? Objection leading question? No? Okay. Christy's secretly trained in lawyer work. I mean, she's admin staff, she probably deals with the contracts and stuff, so she probably has a little bit of knowledge. Yeah, I think so. If I hadn't seen that look on her face the day before, I probably wouldn't have thought twice when she said she broke it by accident. So, you're saying she broke company property and ripped up that comic to release the pent-up anger? Yeah, you could see it on the cameras. She trashed the place. So, according to your words, Anna Chen got all of that rage out when she trashed the place that night? Objection leading question. No? No? Okay. I can see where you're trying to go with this defense. Yeah? Let me ask, after that day, did you ever witness any anger between Anna and Mr. C again? No. Do you have any evidence to prove that Anna Chen was still angry at Mr. C after that night in the office? No? Thank you, no further questions. The prosecution used clever reverse narration to try and create a scenario in which the defendant was still angry with the victim. But according to the witness, Miss Chen already took all of her anger as on inanimate objects around the office on the night of the altercation. Everyone needs an outlet for their anger. While Miss Chen's may be a bit extreme, that does not mean she intended to kill anybody. I believe the prosecution needs to present more substantial evidence to prove their claim. She's seen through our tricks. Misty thought it was game over, but now she's the one who got played. So we totally reframed what the witness said, and then she agreed with it. Is that even allowed? Now then, who is the next witness? Before the next witness takes the stand, the defense would like to quickly respond to the prosecution's claim. Oh? Very well, go ahead. The prosecution casted doubts on whether Miss Chen is Kuroba's real face, doubts which have been supported by reliable evidence. As such, the defense admits that Miss Chen is not Kuroba's real face, and would like to withdraw all related claims. Does that mean the defense wishes to retract the defendant's alibi? Yes, but this does not mean the defendant is guilty. The defense still believes the defendant is not guilty and will prove so in court. It seems the defense still has more claims to make, then. Now, the defense would like to bring our final witness to the stand. Very well, bring them up. What the heck are you helping the defense for? We're just going to we're gonna speed through this stuff because we've seen this already. Is this? I don't know which of these buttons is the skip. I think it's this one. No? It's probably the same as what we've already seen, and if it's different, I will read it. The victim arrived at the office at 7. The estimated time of death is here. As the police investigated why the victim was in the office so late. New information. Here is the conversation between Kuroba and Mr. C. We've seen that. Twice already. This conversation turned up on social media, it's not doctored. It's posted by operator A. They use lots of anti-tracking software. And here's another screenshot of another conversation between Kroger and Mr. C. Oh, right. Have the authorities investigated? Right, okay, and now Honor is objecting, so... Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to say. It is not your turn to speak, Miss Chan. Really quick, just one thing. I killed Mr. C, I'm the killer. What? You've said something that cannot be overlooked. I don't like beating around the bush. I figured this would be faster. So that cop doesn't have to keep talking. I did it. The defense requests a brief time out, Your Honor. Looks like the defense needs to reaffirm their position yet again. Very well, 10-minute recess. I believe she admitted it. Maybe she doesn't want to get Kurpa involved in this. Justin? Hey, Justin! Sorry. What did you say? Are you alright? I was just thinking about why she admitted it. Didn't she at the beginning of the, next chapter also tell us that she did it? I seem to remember. Why does it matter? Don't we win now? Yeah, but what if she's just trying to protect her daughter? You think she admitted it just to protect Kurapa? Detective Potter's new evidence is pretty compelling too. Recess is over. What now, Justin? The prosecution cannot ignore the defendant's statement. We wish to cross-examine the witness. The prosecution's request is indeed reasonable. What does the defense think? Fine with me, I don't care. Defender done. The defense doesn't object. Well then, may the defendant take the stand. I killed Mr. C because he sold adult Kurpa merch. I got to the office at around 8:30 PM and drugged Mr. C with sleeping pills. After he passed out, I killed him with the office paring knife and then left. Finally, I'm not Kurpa's real face. Very well. Is this the defendant's testimony? Yes. Then the prosecution may start their cross-examination. Okay. Alright. Yeah, can we have details on that one? Just earlier in your testimony, you said the paring knife was too small to make a cut that deep. Can you explain how you did it then? I've been professionally trained, remember? As long as you stick it in as deep as it'll go, a paring knife could and did produce that wound. Please briefly describe your process of killing Mr. C with the knife. He was already passed out from the pills, so he didn't put up a fight. I stuck the knife into his neck and dragged it across until I knew I'd made a fatal incision. I accidentally dropped the knife when I was leaving. Originally, I didn't mean to leave any evidence behind. Where did you drop it? I probably dropped it when I was cleaning up, so I guess I dropped it near the exit. Yeah, this is the thing that we caught her on when she was doing this when we were interviewing her. Okay, got it. Okay. testimony is almost perfect. If I don't say anything right now, I'll undoubtedly win. But I have no interest in victory. All I seek is the truth. It is the sole reason I do this job. Listen to your heart. Does the prosecution have any further questions? Sorry, I was just thinking. The prosecution would like to present evidence number 1. What's this? This is the report on the paring knife. According to the police, and the first witness on the scene, the paring knife was found on Prudence Weeks' desk. The defendant, however, thinks she dropped it near the exit, quite a distance from Ms. Weeks' desk. The prosecution asserts that this contradiction casts serious doubt upon the defendant's confession. Has the prosecution's claim changed, then? In light of these new facts, we must admit that our previous conclusions were flawed. I have no further questions. Very well. Any further witnesses? No. Well then, may the two sides give their closing remarks. The defendant harbored a clear murderous intent towards the victim for selling adult Kurapa merchandise. She knew how to avoid the office cameras and possessed the necessary knife skills to commit the crime. However, the section of her testimony regarding where she dropped the murder weapon conflicts with the facts, casting doubt upon her guilt. As such, there is more that needs to be cleared up regarding the murder. Even though Miss Chen has admitted to the crime, she is incorrect on what happened to the paring knife, meaning the whole truth is yet to be laid bare. Miss Chen's position also changed just as another suspect has come to the forefront, that being none other than Kurapa herself. The defense believes the defendant may have only changed her position in order to protect her daughter. The defense asserts that Kurapa is in fact the more likely culprit, and that despite her confession, Miss Chen did not commit this crime. Very well. The court has determined there are too many unresolved factors in this case. We recommend the prosecution conduct a new investigation into the defendant's guilt if they intend on winning this case. As such, this case will be retried at a later date. Court adjourned. Alright, finished chapter 3 and accusing Honor Chen. Right, so we've done all of these now. So now we jump into chapter 4. Continue? Or do we need to reset it? Now what? I've submitted our application. We can accuse Kurapa and have her appear virtually in court. You can also ask everyone about that. You can go on the message function, check stream records, prepare your evidence. Okay. Let's go to the internet. Do we have the ability to do? Yes, we do. That conversation with Aji. Which is clearly the bit that we need to get the thing from. Yeah, a different set of choices. Hello. A little nervous, answer my questions normally. I'm afraid I'll mess up. Let's go with it's alright, everyone's like that at first. Okay, then I'll try my best. Could you tell me something to help me relax? This isn't a competition, just answer honestly. Good, let's begin. I got it. Sorry, but something urgent's come up. This is for you. Mr. C's insurance policy. How do you have this? Can you tell me where you got it? Eh? What happened? Dialogue has been reset. It's still a thing? I'll check it out later. Okay. Alright, hello. Yeah, the answer is clearly the, something that we haven't done before. Okay. You can't mess up if you tell the truth. This isn't a competition, just, no, everyone... This isn't a competition? Stay like that'll help the investigation? No. Okay. Alright, hello? Does their profile have any hints? We can't actually get to that right now. Okay, first options. It's alright, everyone's like that at first. Focus on what you know. Don't mention it keeping you comfortable is my job. Nope. Alright, okay. Oh yes, this is the person with the picture of Cologne Cathedral. Stunning scenery. Wait, have we clicked on this before? They keep posting photos of themselves traveling to different countries. Dang, they must be rich. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can like bring that up. Hello. We're just talking. Everyone gets nervous with a prosecutor? Let's begin. Okay. Hello, Ms. Irrelevant. This must be Timeline the second victim, then. Okay. We need to hit the right one here. And then go talk to Angie. Alright, hello! Did we do yeah, this conversation went differently the first time, right? You can't mess up if you tell the truth. Focus on what you know. Good, let's begin. Am I gonna have to brute force this? Or I mean, maybe there's something different on their profile. No? Okay. Okay. Man, brute forcing this is gonna take a while. It's really gonna take a while. Only 27. Yeah, I just started writing it out and I was like, there's 9 options even with the first one. Even with just keeping the first one the same. Well, we've already done that one. I'm just gonna write them out and cross them off, damn it. We've done that one for sure. Definitely that one. Assuming it's global and doesn't matter which one you choose for number 2. Yeah. Alright. Hello. Right. Option 1. Option 1. Option 2. No. Did we have this when we had this conversation the very first time round, did it go differently to this? That's what I need to check, actually. I feel. Did I get through it last time? No, I don't think I did I? We just got handed this and I was like, but I already had this. I think. Hey. Every single time even before today? Yeah. Figured. Okay. First option. First option. I hate having to brute force something like this. It's just really annoying and it takes forever. Yep. guess I don't have to do them in order if I have them written out. Let's try 3. You can't mess up if you tell the truth. 3, it's not a competition, just answer honestly. And then good, let's begin. 3, 3, 2. Nope, I've been handed the insurance policy again. I'm just gonna pick ones out at random out of what I haven't done. It's the same as going through them all in order. Really. As long as I keep notes on what I've done and what I haven't. Is there any chance we have anything that we can ask either of our 2 ladies to investigate on the subject? No. And... ooh, wait a second. No! Kill even more time. I don't think killing time is gonna help us. I know I've also tried options that I haven't crossed off and I really should have been doing, but... This is just annoying. Let's try and be really nice, maybe. Yeah, it's alright, everyone's like that at first. Everyone gets nervous with the prosecutor. And don't mention it. Truth does say later, that is true. But I don't know where I'm supposed to be in finding anything else. Any chance there's a guide now? I could use the in-game hints. Ooh. Is the hint not just the thing that I rolled over? I need to actually do this again, huh? Can't mess up if you tell the truth. It's not a competition. Keeping you comfortable is my job. You thought it was a button I could click on? Ah. Well, maybe it is. We'll find out once we can exit out of this again. Alright. Hint. I would like to know timeline the second victim. Pass Agi's test. Okay, there we go. Yep, you were right! You were right, it was an actual thing, so it's 3, 2, 1. Okay. Click into Agi's profile, learn from their post that they're very rich. Yes, we did in fact learn that. Ah, boy. Well, I assumed it was a hint of you need to have these things solid so that you can get into that timeline at all. Was where I was assuming we were going. Right. Hello. You can't mess up if you tell the truth. Everyone gets nervous with the prosecutor, don't worry. And don't mention it. Keeping you comfortable is my job. Not bad, prosecutor. Why do you know about this conversation? Okay, Mr. C. I feel like I've been dismissing you lately and I want to apologise for that. Well, lately there's been a company overseas that's been very impressed with you and we've been in talks about a huge collaboration. This would be a fantastic opportunity to let the whole world meet and fall in love with Kurapa. There's been a lot of cultural hoops I've had to jump through lately and it's been incredibly stressful. Now the finish line's in sight, I feel we can share the good news. I've talked to lawyers about the account that's been impersonating you. Oh? It wouldn't be an easy case for us to win while keeping your identity a secret, but we've already got some dirt on our opponent, so the lawyer and I have been gathering and putting together evidence. After all this stuff is done with your collab, I'll put all my attention and effort into this case. I promise, just wait for me a little longer. Again, I apologise for my behaviour the last couple of days, I'm sorry, I love you. Kurapa, thank you for saying all that, and thanks for putting up with me when I'm being unreasonable, I love you too. Okay. Screenshot of Kurapa's conversation with Mr. G, well, Mr. C even. The two seem close, but how close were they? Okay. Accepting your secretary's invitation was a spur-of-the-moment decision. I suppose I owe you some respect seeing how far you've already come. Here, take this. What is this? Let me remind you, I'm on Kurapa's side, don't disappoint me. What do you mean? Can you explain yourself? Alright, okay. It's time to go send Hoss off, I believe. Hoss, do you have something? No? Okay. Thought you were gonna have something, but maybe not. Okay. Ah, there we go. Prosecutor, I've got some slightly weird news for you. Weird? What is it? I happened to get a hold of this photo. Take a look. Can we talk to everyone now? Yeah, I assume so. What's this? Is this Faye Ward? heck are you showing me this for? This was taken on April 20th at 7 AM in Chicago, USA. When would that be our time? 9 PM. Wait. I need to do maths. 7 AM in Chicago. Chicago is -5, I think. Unless it's -6. East Coast is -5. How far over is Chicago? Let's see. -5. I was right. So, if it's 7 PM in Chicago and that's -5, it's 9 PM wherever the game is set. So, 9 PM... In order to go back from 9 PM back to 7 AM, 9 and a 5? 14 hours. So yeah, that would put the game at +9, I think. Unless we're going in the other direction. So if we're going in the other direction, then it's 7 and 3. Putting us at 10 back. It should probably end up at the same point, shouldn't it, actually? Why am I doing this twice? Yeah, it's +9. Okay. UTC +9 is... Oh, it depends on whether it's daylight saving or not, isn't it? Shoot. Sorry, said China and Japan. Yeah, I'm getting a result of Japan as well. Japan, South Korea, Russia, Indonesia. Actually, this isn't... The one I'm looking at isn't coming up with China. Okay. Anyway... I also can't believe I had to do that as actual maths. When I went 7 AM in Chicago, and Chicago's at -5, which then ends up being midday here, so I could have just done the maths and gone to 9 PM. I'm an idiot. Right. Anyway. So Faye has an alibi that involves being on the other side of the world. Isn't that when the murder took place? Yes, but what's really weird is there are no records of Faye Ward ever getting on a plane to Chicago. Okay, got it. Didn't she tell us she was in VR? Acquired a new lead, right. Faye Ward's alibi. Which obviously Hoss has already told us about. Alright! boat. A boat would take 1, way too long, and 2, would still she should still have had to use her passport, so there should still be a record. I mean, unless she snuck onto a boat, but you know. Alright, starting from the top. No, it's not an online information thing. Okay, fine. Starting from Faye. I stumbled upon this photo. Can you explain it to me? I never thought that photo would get leaked. Your police department is a lot more competent than you thought they'd be, huh? Who are you? I'm Faye Ward, project manager at Lillian Entertainment. That's not all you are, is it? I am myself. I don't play by other people's rules. I play by my rules, and now you will too. Why don't you tell me who you think the killer is? Let's make a deal. Huh? You ask me a question, and I'll ask you a question. I appreciate your sense of judgment and willingness to ask for what you want. Okay then, a deal. But no, I only have 2 questions to ask. So ask your questions carefully. I would like to make a save! I mean, case secrets is probably a good one. Who do you think the killer is? I mean, at this point, I don't have the faintest idea. Because both Sophie and Prudence had really obvious reasons for it. But as it turns out, it's clearly not Prudence. And it can't be any of these people. Because weren't all the rest of them... Actually, that's a question. When we had everyone else turn up to be, when we had everyone else turn up to give evidence when we accused Kuripa, do they have to stay in the courtroom afterwards? Like, was everyone except Prudence still in the courthouse? As Irrelevant told us, we have met everyone. Yes, that's true. Also, did we know exactly how Prudence died? Well, okay. I do not believe that it is Amanda or Honor. I mean, it's definitely not Honor because she doesn't know about the correct knife. We're assuming that it isn't Prudence because she got killed. But technically speaking, that doesn't stop her being the first killer. Ditto, while we have evidence of Sophie disposing of the murder weapon. But is she the killer? Are several people working together? If it's Faye, that's completely out of left field. Really. Misty has been super suspicious this whole time with how she's holding up the entire investigation. But you know. Yeah, Misty won't give us anything that would have made this really easy. But, equally, I'm not sure that Misty killed anyone, but I think she may be covering up for who did. Going back to the parable we were given, it was something about Doc taking Bashful by the hand and telling her she'd deal with it. And we know that Bashful is supposed to be Prudence, and Prudence is the real face. And I don't remember anything else that was in that parable. As we proved at the time that we accused Kurappa, we have enough evidence to prove that Kurappa is the killer. Yeah, the parable was sort of split into two groups of three, that's true. But I don't remember who was in each of the groups. I mean, essentially we have successfully accused both Sophie and Prudence. But Prudence wound up dead. Clearly to silence her, because clearly she knows something. But she also didn't tell us that when she was in court. The only things that make sense. Okay. I'm gonna lock in my theories. I'm going to lock in my theories now. There are only two options that make sense. And by make sense, I mean that in the vaguest sense, because one of them is really weird. So one thing that makes sense is that there is not just one killer. That we're working with more of a Murder on the Orient Express situation. And so either we have a colluding group here, multiple people working together to do this. Or, and this is the funky one, or Kurappa is real. As in, Prudence isn't actually Kurappa, or there's another Kurappa. Like an AI. That's the real funky option here. But that's not an option that Faye will let me pick. So, that leaves me with the colluding group, which I think is these three here. Of which I believe Prudence did the murdering, Sophie disposed of the evidence, and Misty is covering it all up. Or it's Faye, but we seem to have a really great piece of evidence that Faye was on the opposite side of the fucking world at the time. So, it's gonna have to be Prudence. Tell me something about the case. What a smart question. Seems our interests are aligned. My entire alibi has been a sham. When Mr. C was killed, I was in Chicago with my friend. The photo I showed you the first time was real, but that whole VR thing was fake. And during the first surprise stream, I was in Venice. I was on a plane during the second one. If you need proof, I can have my secretary send it to you. How did you do it? That's a new question now, isn't it? What's your goal? Yeah, what's your goal? Faye is Adji, but why is she working here? Yeah, that's the... Well, if we, you know the thing that Adji gave us? This one? This thing about a company overseas, maybe? Like, maybe Faye is involved with that. Maybe she... Honestly, maybe Faye is doing corporate espionage. Who do you think the real face is? Well, that's Prudence. That's definitely Prudence. So, that's how it is. What's your goal? I have someone I want to protect. And if you don't know who that is by now, I will think less of you. You won't disappoint me, right? That's all, really. A pity we couldn't spend more time together. Hold on a second. Wait, what? There's something else? No. Smart choice. My patience is wearing thin. Don't disappoint me, prosecutor. Emily, let's take a break. Emily? What's up? Are you alright? I thought I was about to die. I know, I felt the same way. She gave me this scary feeling. Like, even if there was a cop in the room, she could still get up and leave at any time. Was everything before all just an act? Sheesh, I'm in a cold sweat. Me too. You big baby. What, but you're sweating too? Yeah, but I'm a girl. Double standards, let's just go eat. You're a double standard. Yeah, Justin? Yeah, still need to finish some stuff. Then I'll stay a little longer too. Sorry, Emily, but could you go home first? I guess the case is almost cracked. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Every time you almost crack the case, you tell me to go home first. Haven't you noticed that? Do I? Just don't work too hard, alright? Ooh, alright. Thanks. I'm getting clearer and clearer about one thing. The real face has a partner. I'm not the only one working on this case. Everyone's working. There's 2 surprise streams. What happened before and after those streams? And what about Kirpa's fan, Aji? That lead they provided, what does it mean? Who is Operator A? What's the point of posting that stuff? Protect your daughter. That sudden personality change. The time the murder weapon was found. Accessing the computer in the middle of the night. Fake murder weapon. Some meaningless dying message. I'm almost there. I'm so close to figuring it all out. Wait! What's the cat doing here? It's a stray cat. Cat? Oh yeah, it's that whole abandoned cat thing. Hold on. If I connect the cat with all those weird spots... Makes sense and it all links up. Seems like it's finally time to end this. Wait, is Misty the killer after all? Slash is the cat the killer. Who is the real face function has unlocked on the accused page? Okay. Okay. So if we go to the accused page... Well, that's real suspicious. Our leads. We have all of them. Our evidence. We've gained new alibi information. Faye was literally in Chicago. And this one, it says Faye was in Venice. Yep. And this one, where Faye was on a plane. A private jet. A private jet is maybe why we don't have this evidence. So. Do I have anything for you to do, Hoss? Apparently so, because that's not ticked yet. How much percentage left on the chapter? I don't know, and I feel I don't know if hitting the chapters button is a good idea right now. Like, will that knock us out of it? Let's save and then hit it. Yeah, okay, we have everything apparently. We have everything. Right. So the fact that the fact that this isn't ticked off doesn't actually mean anything. Okay. Well, looking at the time, I think we leave this till next time. And next time we end it? Maybe? Probably? So yeah. I'm still not sure who the actual killer is here. Unless it's the cat. Wait a second. Do we have that... Do we have that picture? We don't have the picture of the knife being dumped, do we? Which was at 7 o'clock on the 21st. Do we have 2 more court cases to do? Or is it just 1? I don't know. The abandoned cat. Right. She dumped her cat. 137. Wait a second. What if that carrier didn't have the cat in it? Or what if the carrier had the cat in it and also the murder weapon? Like, what if that's how she... I'm gonna have to think about this. Alright. Okay. I don't think I really actually need to make the save again because we just did it, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Right. Anyway. I'll call it here, and we'll jump into finding the real murderer next time. So, thank you very much for coming. It's been enlightening and also fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for this channel goes up both over there on social media and over here on YouTube in the posts tab of the channel. This was the last scheduled stream of this week, so there will be a new schedule up tonight. Next scheduled stream will be tomorrow, Monday, 7 PM for some more Hakuoki. So I hope to see you then or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming. And this is Kalla signing out. See ya! Bye bye!